As you would have heard from Anthony, over the past 3 years we've engaged approximately 500 volunteers. With so many offers of help coming in from across the UK, we've had to ensure that volunteers clearly understood what the project requirements were and how to engage with us. Volunteering for the project was never about ad hoc snaps on the way to the shops. We developed a comprehensive training manual for volunteers. Anthony, myself and the photography managers also traversed the UK from Edinburgh to Yeovil, York to Belfast and many points in between, delivering training locally. It's so important when developing a UK-wide initiative not to fall into a London-centric mindset. This can alienate other regions and countries of the UK. We went to them. Our volunteers are allocated specific and unique geographical areas to avoid duplication. As Jessie explained earlier, we have clear standards for the photography submitted. Once all the research and quality control checks are completed, the images are uploaded to the database. Here I've gone onto the Art UK search page and typed in handstand and have been presented with a few options. I decided to click on Martin Heron as that's one I photographed in Suffolk. Volunteers are asked to document a full and accurate record of the sculpture that they visit. You will see from the slide that we're looking to get a 360-degree view of the sculpture where possible. We want to capture the plinth, the base, any information panels or plaques, and any interesting details. In this case, the sculpture is constructed of multiple hands, but in more historical pieces we might be looking at the clothing or nearby objects. The Public Sculpture Project relies on volunteer contributions. We aim for the project to be as inclusive as possible, engaging all those who wish to participate. However, individuals' capacity to engage can vary immensely. Although some may be avid and proficient photographers, it doesn't always follow that they will be proficient in using spreadsheets, editing software and file transfer facilities. Some have photographic or IT equipment that's also dated. We have learnt that we need to be flexible and supportive. Many of our volunteers are retired, and although they often have the most time and knowledge to offer, many also have health issues that need to be considered when allocating tasks, particularly in rural and remote areas. Time is the biggest challenge. To photograph 20 objects can take one person a day and another person 3 months. So planning when tasks will be completed is sometimes difficult. The project has benefited from a small number of super contributors who have recorded multiple geographical areas and photographed well in excess of 500 objects each. Unlike collections photography in relatively controlled environments such as museums and galleries, with professional photographers and equipment, outdoor sculpture recording presents a whole gamut of exciting challenges to contend with, least of all the general public. Many times I've travelled to a location only to be met with this sight. Although it's always positive to see restorative work going on, it's not unusual to find sculptures encased in scaffolds, surrounded by roadworks, or obscured by street furniture or parked vehicles that need to be clambered over. Sometimes you can arrive in a local area and there's an event happening, or it's just a sunny day and people are out enjoying themselves. Although you try and avoid the busiest times of day, sometimes you just have to get on with the job in hand. All you can do is walk up, be polite, ask people to step aside, quickly take your photographs, thank them and leave. Every photographer has stories about interactions with the general public. There are some sculptures that just by their nature we don't include in the database. Usually these are made of natural materials such as felled trees or willow that are designed to be biodegradable and meant to decay or fade back into the environment. In this example, by Deb Hart, I was just too late to see a magnificent 7.5 metre beached whale in tendering. This final example is of snooks at Aldborough. Here we see that he's been yarn bombed. All volunteers are expected to do is to record what they find. It's not their place to clean the sculpture, remove objects, graffiti or encroaching foliage. Sculptures once unveiled become a member of the community in which they live. From time to time, clothes or accessories are added. When I took this picture, many eyes were watching me as I loosened the scarf to record my markings on the collar of the sculpture. As an outsider, it's not my place to intervene. In the case of objects that are vandalised or in disrepair, all we can hope for is that local authorities or owners are prompted to act. In 2019, we held a celebration event at the Barbican Centre in London. It was an opportunity to thank volunteers for their involvement in the project and hear some of their stories and adventures firsthand. We were also thrilled to hear from the sculptor Hazel Reeves on the incredible journey of making her statue of Emmeline Pankhurst. The day also included a photographic competition judged by Michael Pritchard from the Royal Photographic Society. As well as awarding prizes, we were able to use the entries to compile a calendar that was distributed to all our volunteers. We were planning to hold another event in 2020 at the Baltic in Gateshead. Unfortunately, like many events last year, this had to be postponed due to the pandemic. Keeping in contact over the past year has been so important. Throughout the pandemic and lockdowns, e-newsletters and competitions have been a vital way to keep engaged with volunteers at a time when we were unable to be out and about in the community. We ran competitions for both photographers and researchers using our curations tool to bring a little light and creativity in difficult times. Here are some images that you also might be able to relate to. This is the winning image from our most recent competition. Although many volunteers have self-isolated, others have been on the front line, either fighting the pandemic or losing their loved ones. I'm going to leave you with some examples of the fantastic contribution that some of our volunteers have made to the Public Sculpture Project.